Welcome to the GCSE Physical Educational Digital Notebook. I'm really excited to explain this to you. I've taken quite a bit of time putting this together with a view to helping all of your students the best possible way they can to revise and prepare for their exams. So let's take a look at what this is all about. I'm going to start off by going through the front page. So this is the very first page, or the first view that your students will see, and you can see it's a GCSE PE digital notebook. And put their name there. That might sound a bit strange. Why would they need to put their name on a digital notebook? Because there is the potential to share this with you as the teacher, and so you can duck in and see how they're going if you want to. So also there's a space there you can see for my exam board. It's amazing. You probably can relate to this. How many students do not know which exam board they are taking? And so we can make a note there. Could be OCR, could be AQA, EdXL, etc. And then up here, just some reference, some dates. My first paper is on this date, and my second one is on this date, and the content. What content? What are they going to be examined in the first paper and the second paper? So relatively straightforward things, but really useful to help them to know, understand what's coming. Now you can see even from this page that the design of the notebook is such that it's not a revision book in the sense that it's giving lots and lots of detail about what they have to revise. It's actually a space where they have to actively write the content, and so they're taking their information perhaps from the notes or from other revision sources, but they're writing the detail into this notebook, and you'll see how that unfolds in just a moment. So let's have a look at exactly what's involved here. You can see all the way around that we have a series of tabs, and we can we'll go to these in due course, but they're all interactive. The first one I want to take you to is the index up here. So if we go to the index, you can see straight away by tapping there that we have an overview of what's included in the notebook, and you can see that we can drill down by looking at each of the topic titles there, just putting the cursor over the top of each of those. So let's say that I wanted to go to muscles. I can click on muscles straight away, and that will take me to the muscles section. And a couple of things you can see which are standard throughout the notebook is that the students are told what they need to know. I think this is so crucial. We're drilling down and making it as simple as possible as we can to show the students exactly what it is that they need to know. So in this case, the names and the locations of the major muscle groups. And obviously this is specification specific. So this one that we're looking at just now is for OCR, but the AQA notebook has the specific muscles that they're required to know, and the same thing, for example, with bones, etc. But generally, that's the principle all the way through the notebook. And you can also see here that there are a number of pages, so we can navigate within muscles. So if I go page 2, you can see here that they have to note each muscle group, give an example of what it does. So name the muscle group, explain how the muscle is used in physical activity. So we're already encouraging them to give examples and show how those muscles are being used. And that's the theme, again, all the way through. Page 3 is the same because it's exactly the number of different types of muscles that we need to know about. And then number 4, agonist, antagonist, fixators, antagonist pairs, giving examples. Again, it's exam board specific as to exactly what is required, but all that information is there. Now, if I want to go back, there's a number of things I can do. First thing I should have said, actually, when muscles is activated here, you can see that it's yellow. So the tab goes yellow. Let's go back to index. And if you see there, it's not yellow anymore. So by clicking on the topic title, I can go directly to that first page, but I could equally decide I want to go straight to a particular place. So if we want to go to page 4, if we want to go muscles working in pairs, students can click directly on that and it will take them to that page there. Let's go back to the index, and you can see everything is covered. This is OCR, as I mentioned before. Let's go to sports psychology, and let's say I wanted to specifically focus on mental preparation. Just click on that and that takes me there. This is page 5 of a number of pages. It tells me what I need to know. I need to know about imagery and give a practical example, and there's the space in which to do that. So my students have told me the feedback I've been given when I was creating this is really easy, simple way to navigate around, and obviously covering the whole specification. The other thing you'll have noticed is that the tabs are also color coordinated. So for example, in this one, we're on sports psychology. Obviously it's yellow up here at the tab at the moment, but if I go, let's say I go back to muscles will turn yellow, but sports psychology is green. If I go back to sports psychology, you can see that all the content there is green. So it just keeps it consistent and keeps it useful for the students in terms of that consistency. Now let's have a look at quick view. So it's similar to an index, but you'll see the difference in just a moment. We click on quick view, which has got a really colourful, powerful way. This is how you can navigate as a student to anywhere you want to go to within the notebook. So this time I want to go to movement analysis. So I can click as a student on the text there, or I can click on the icon. Let's do the icon, click there, and it takes us to movement analysis. In this case, what is the lever system, the 4 components of a lever system, and then your first class, second class, third class, what is the order of the components, the diagram, and the examples in sports. So everything is structured again as we would expect. We can navigate through the pages, second class, third class lever, and then we've also got, of course, our axis and planes of movement, and you can see there's mechanical advantage. So everything that they need to know is there, very easy to navigate to. Let's go back to quick view. Let's say I want to go to training, click on there, it takes me to principles of training, and again, what is it, and the application in a sporting context. So everything is there that they need. If we go to notes, I've created a series of notes. I think I've got 6 or 7 pages. Let's see what else we can show you. We've looked at muscles. We go to the skeletal system, and you can see that the functions of the skeletal system, page 1 there was naming the various bones, and again they're being made to be exam board specific, and the types of movements involved there, and again space for some notes. And it's the same principle as we go through. Cardiovascular system, depending on what the exam boards require, systemic system, pulmonary system, 3 parts of the cardiovascular system, blood vessels, etc. What do they do? And then, as we would expect, the pathway of blood through the heart, and from there, key concepts, key terminology, heart rate, stroke volume, etc. So, as I keep saying, everything is there that they need to know about. Just quickly want to show you participation. So again, this is OCR, and it depends for each exam board. But you can see here, if you're familiar with OCR, that these are the factors affecting participation. And then I've just laid a little space there. How does would particular aspect affect participation? But what we can also do, so I've got 4 points here. If I wanted to go to role models, how does role models affect? I just click on that and it'll take me directly to that page. And if I want to go back, I go to page 1. If I want to go to climate, it will take me directly to climate down here. So it's just really, really simple for the students to be able to access the content that they need. And as is the case with the OCR book, which is available, and the AQA book, it will cover absolutely everything on the specification so that they know exactly what they need to revise and how they can do that. So what I want to do now is just show you some examples of some work that one of my students has been doing, just to see how it's used. Let's have a look at a couple of screen grabs then of what the student has been doing. The first one, straightforward, is the muscular system there, and you can see that she's ticked off each of those muscles where she's placed them, and she's got a good understanding of what is required there, so that's fine. The next one, you can see here, she's got really small writing, but she's made some notes there, which is really great. And then this one here is about how family affects participation. She's used some nice inking there to help her with her understanding, bringing out some key points. And the last one here is on commercialisation. I think this is really great. So let's see if we can make this a bit bigger, in that she has there used the golden triangle as a framework, which I've given to her, and she's made those notes there. And similarly with the positive and negative of impacts of commercialisation. So, just an example of what your students could do, probably will do when they have this. Just for your reference, this particular notebook is being used on the iPad with a note-taking app, and once you get into the course and buy the resource, I'll take you through exactly how that can be used and how your students can use it and how they can share with you so you can see what they're doing. So hopefully this has made you realise, this made you think that this is a really, really great resource. And if you want to buy it, then just click the link below and you can follow the instructions and I'll get it to you as soon as you make that purchase.